Barlow Creations. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links, you guessed it, in the description box below. So what do I have going on for you for today? Today, I am bringing to you a Dollar Tree DIY melt and pour candle that you are not gonna wanna miss. This is not only quick and easy, but it is so budget friendly because why? It's using Dollar Tree items, 100% Dollar Tree items, that is. There's no sense in heading over to Michael's, Joann's, or Hobby Lobby to buy all the expensive waxes, scents, wicks, color, dyes, whatever it is that you buy at those stores to make your own candles, when you can do it using Dollar Tree items. And I'm gonna show you today just how easy it is, and the outcome is amazing. You're gonna love this. And I'm promising you, if you try to make one of these candles, you're gonna love making them so much. You're gonna wanna keep making them, and you're gonna wanna gift them. So I'm gonna quit my gabbing, let's jump into it, and let's do some Dollar Tree DIY candle making, because why not? Because we can, it's on a budget, that's the best part, let's get to it. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? You'll wanna stick around to the end of the video to see if it's your creation that's being featured in today's video. Okay, seriously, there couldn't be a more perfect jar to make a candle in than these. And guess where you can find them? At Dollar Tree. Amazing. These are my new favorite jars that Dollar Tree is carrying. And so as soon as I saw them, I thought, of course, candles. To make Dollar Tree candles, you're gonna need some of these Dollar Tree candles. These come in a lot of different colors. I'm using white because I want to add my own scent and colors to them. Now with these candles, because these are a whipped candle, when you melt them down, it's going to be about 3/4 of a jar, not the full jar, sometimes even half, because there is air whipped within this candle. So that's why I picked up 4. We're gonna knock scent and color out with these candles by using the wax melts. This is Lavender Fields and Peach Rose. I think these are gonna be perfect. And because I wanted a green, I couldn't find green wax melts, so I'm gonna go with this Coconut Lime Votives. These have an amazing scent too. Anything coconut lime, I'm in for. This here is the easiest way, I think, to melt down candles. If you're doing melt and pour candles, stick them in your oven. I'm sticking mine in my oven at 300 degrees for about 15 or 20 minutes. You'll want to put them on a cookie sheet just to keep them nice and stable. And you're going to close up your oven, and 15-20 minutes later, you're going to have some melted candles. See how I told you when they're whipped, you get like less wax in them? That's why we did 4. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the wick, because why would we not reuse this wick? Perfect. We're getting everything we need to make these melt and pour candles at Dollar Tree. I'm gonna take my wax melts, and I'm gonna use all 6 tarts, and I'm just gonna break it up. I'm gonna put it in my jar of melted wax, and I'm gonna put these back in the oven. And what's great is by adding these wax melts, you're adding to the wax, so your wax is then going to be fuller. And so with all 3 of them, I'm gonna go ahead and add all of the tarts. And what's great also is because we're using a white candle, although it looks clear because it's melted, it is going to lighten up your wax tarts. And so you want to keep that in mind when you're picking a color. If you pick something too light, it may lighten it up where you don't see it. And so I just want a very subtle color. I'm going for the pastels. I will tell you, originally these were going to be spring candles, and time just kind of got away from me, and I never really got them done, and so they're gonna be summer candles now. Using the votives, I'm only gonna put 2 votives in here because they're larger. I think I went with 2. Did I go with 2? Let's see. Yeah, and you do wanna remove the wicks out of these as well. Yep, I went with 2. We're gonna place these back in the oven for about another 10 or 15 minutes to melt them down. You can see that they're melting down nicely. The votives take a bit longer to melt down than the wax melts. I've got one clear one left, so we're gonna keep that on hand. Taking the wicks, I'm gonna add, just a bit of hot glue to the bottom of that wick there, and I'm gonna place it in the glass just to keep this wick in place. We don't want it floating around. Regular glue doesn't seem to really work well. Sometimes you can use a sticky adhesive dot, but I find that just using a high temperature hot glue, it works perfect and it doesn't ever really come up out of the bottom of the jar. This is the best part about melt and pour candles. You melt the wax and you pour it. So using just one, I wasn't happy with how full the jar was. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take the clear or the white wax, my extra one that I had on hand. I'm gonna add just a bit to what I have here. It's gonna mix in, and I've got it to, I guess, the fullness that I want my candle to be at. Now with the wick, you are gonna wanna put some kind of a skewer, a pencil of some sort, right in the middle to kind of hold it in the middle of your candle. And as I'm doing this, you can see I'm on the phone with Jeff. Yes, as I work, there are times when I'm filming that Jeff calls and I'm on the phone, and look, you can see me actually talking to him there. So with all three of them, I'm gonna go ahead and pour. This is the pink one, and I am loving the color of it. And you'll see that when you melt down these candles, some of them, for whatever reason, seem to be fuller than others. And so, you know, there's not an exact science to it, but again, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my leftover white wax to fill these to the fullness that I want them. And yeah, don't forget your skewer to keep your wick in place. Easy peasy, did I say that? Lemon squeezy. My candles are good and solidified, and I gotta tell you, I'm not feeling like I know the exact science to melt and pour candles to get a perfect candle. A lot of times when I melt and pour, I end up with a crack in the top. Other than that, my candles look amazing. They look beautiful. Or I end up with one that has this here, and this is called a sinkhole. Now, I will tell you that there is a very easy remedy to this. It's an easy fix. Just by using a heat tool or a blow dryer, you're gonna be able to fix your candle pretty easily. Now, like I said, I'm sure there is a science to doing candles where this doesn't happen. I haven't figured it out yet. They say it's the temperature in which you melt the wax. Some people say it's the temperature in which you allow it to solidify. I usually let mine solidify at room temperature. If I'm in a really big hurry, I'll stick them in the fridge. But because I can fix it with just this heat tool, I really don't stress out too much about it. When fixing these, if you just take your heat tool and melt down that top layer of wax, so you kind of get a pool of wax there at the top. We're not looking to melt down the full candle itself. We're looking just to melt it down enough to fill in the sinkhole and to have a nice even layer of melted wax, that pool of wax that goes over the top. Now, if you melt your candle down just enough to fill in the sinkhole, when your candle solidifies, you're gonna be able to see where you melted it down and where it solidified, and it's not gonna have that perfect smooth finish. So again, you do wanna make sure that when you melt down your candle on the top to fill in any of those cracks or sinkholes, that you are melting it down enough that you've got an even layer of wax, that pool of wax that goes across the top. So when it does solidify, you're getting a perfectly smooth candle at the top. And just like that, we've got a perfect candle. Now this next step, completely optional. I'm gonna add some vinyl decal embellishments to each of my candles. Linda is making these available in her Etsy store for instant digital download for the bargain price of $1. And if you want her to cut and send you the vinyl decals, it's gonna cost you $3, but you're getting free shipping. We're also including these bonus tags with the name of the scents that I used using the wax tarts from the Dollar Tree. You're gonna get these free. You can find the link to Linda's Etsy store, guess where? In the description box below. And for these tags, I'm gonna use some coordinating baker's twine. How stinking cute is that? Who doesn't love baker's twine? It's perfect. It matches the tags, it matches the candles, and these tags come with a hole in them. so it's easy to attach to the candle that you're gonna make using the Dollar Tree candles, these melt and pour candles. Now, because I have a Cricut, I'm gonna download the PNG file for $1 so I can upload it to Cricut Design Space and utilize my Cricut. So if you have a Cricut, you're gonna pull it out of the closet, you're gonna get it off that shelf, you're gonna hook it up, and you're gonna do this. And if you don't know how to upload the file, the PNG file, to Cricut Design Space, we've got a link in Linda's Etsy store in the email that you get once you've confirmed your order. And so once you click on that link, it'll show you exactly how to take it from her store, take it from your downloaded file, and upload it to Cricut. It is so easy. Once you do it, you're gonna think, self, how did I never do this before? This is gonna save me time, money, because I can pay for the PNG files. So I went ahead, I uploaded it to Cricut Design Space, and I cut it out of white vinyl. This is just a regular premium vinyl. Once you've got all that excess vinyl up, which is weeding, you're gonna go ahead and place some transfer tape on the top. You're gonna take your scraper and go over it so it attaches to the transfer tape, just like so. Look at that. Then we're gonna place our transfer tape on the surface in which we want to adhere the words to. So in our case, it's the front of this candle. And I'm gonna apply the vinyl. Now, when you're doing this and you're scraping the vinyl on there, it's not an exact science. It always doesn't go super smoothly, but if you just keep your scraper on hand and you take your time, it will come up and you will end up with a finished product that looks just like this. How fun is that? I love working with vinyl. It is so inexpensive, especially when you have a Cricut, to use your Cricut and do stuff like this and personalize DIYs, because you can make a candle, you can personalize it, you can make a mug, personalize it, and what a great budget-friendly gift to give to anybody. Father's Day's coming up. You could personalize a mug for Father's Day. Now, if you want to gift these candles just as the candles themselves, you can, but I kind of wanted to add, I guess, a decorative piece to them. So using these wood drawers that I had at the Dollar Tree, you can see the house one was one that I had just used for my wood burning DIY. I'm going to take the lids off themselves and I'm gonna attach the lids together side by side, just like you see me doing here. And to do that, I'm just gonna use some of Aleene's tacky glue from the Dollar Tree. You could even use the super glue, wood glue that Dollar Tree has, but for whatever reason, this is what I had out next to me, so that's what I'm gonna use. And I'm gonna finish this piece off with a quick coat of, can you guess what I'm using? Yep, some of Waverly's Antique Wax, because I feel like that dark brown wood look is really gonna make those pastel candles pop, and I think it'll be kind of a nice accent to it. Now, I know this piece has these decorative punch outs here at the bottom, but that is not gonna show because it's gonna be on the bottom. So if you wanted to add some kind of a cardboard insert to the bottom of each of these, you could do that. I'm not going to because I'm not gifting these. I really just kind of wanted this to serve as a display piece, something to put the candles in, so when I put them on the countertop, it's gonna look like a finished display piece other than just a candle that I set on my countertop. What does Kayla have going on for today? I guess she didn't have enough of that paper crafting when it came to the truck, so now she is trying her hand at some paper origami and is gonna make this elephant. Guaranteed, if you need a good laugh, you need to head on over to her channel. You can find the link to today's video in the description box below. So who is today's crafter of the day? It goes to Kathy Jo Keller, who is bringing to us her recreation of these gifts in a jar. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing your creation with us today. So when I told you quick and easy and budget friendly, I wasn't kidding. And when you have an outcome like this, it's so fun to do. The vinyl obviously is not Dollar Tree, but an alternative to the vinyl would be using the wall decor decals if you wanted to, or using some letter stickers and really getting creative. And if you don't add the vinyl, it's still gonna be an amazing gift because it was handmade and homemade by you, and that's really what it's all about. I hope you all enjoyed today's DIY melt and pour candles. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get this video to 5,000 likes. Because like I always say, and I know I sound like a broken record, but each and every one of your thumbs up and the comments that you do leave down below, they really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please.